Star Wars Geek Girl. They're geek girls that like Star Wars. And sometimes cry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Geek Girl. I'm Zoe, and as usual, I'm here with Lizzy.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about some Star Wars. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. We have Maul Shadow Lord coming out on Monday. This Monday. And then just today they announced that there will be a season 2. There's a season 2 currently in development.
Nice.
For Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah,
I know.
We're all like, we hated it.
I do like that they waited until April 2nd to announce it. Because if they announced it yesterday, I would have been like, "You're lying."
You're lying.
So,
I think it would have been funnier if they did do that and didn't say anything.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, "So is it?"
Well, that was is it true?
Yeah, I saw they announced. This is not Star Wars, but yesterday they posted that Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus are coming to Fortnite, and I was like, "You can't fool me! You can't fool me!" And then today they were still posting on it. I was like, "Oh wait, for real?"
Oh, you're not lying?
Wait, what? I was really convinced. I was like, "No, that's an April Fool's joke." Because it's like Buff Perry the Platypus as a kid. I was like, "There's no way," but there's a way.
Did you see the Peak skins?
I did. Safi got it.
I haven't played Fortnite in so long. I did not get them.
Safi got them because she's very silly. Yeah. So Maul Shadow Lord, and of course we have Mando Grogu next month. Bunch of stuff coming out this year. But one thing that's coming out later this year, no exact release date, is Zero Company, which was announced. Oh my god, almost a year ago now. It was announced at Celebration Japan, and we just got a little bit more news about it. So we don't have a release date still yet, but PC Gamer and I think Kotaku, some game reviewers got to go to the studio and play the game and review it a little bit and talk about it. So we got to learn a little bit more about the game. We're going to talk about that because I think it's going to be really cool.
Hell yeah. I saw it's going to be on Steam.
It is going to be on Steam. So it's on Steam. What we knew about it already was that it takes place during the Clone Wars. It's a Clone Wars game. It's turn-based. It's made by, as Lizzy just discovered, it's made by the same people who made XCOM. And I think they made something for Marvel too? ? But the same people, so turn-based combat. Very tactics forward. Versus it's not like a Battlefront where you have to aim as much. That's a focus. It's you're doing everything turn-based. Is very much how can you plan, channel your inner Thrawn kind of vibes.
Yeah, that's not going to be a game for me. I am very just run in and shoot kind of person.
Not in turn-based.
No. And I watched growing up, my dad played XCOM, and I was always like, this is boring. Because he had to sneak around, and if he did something wrong, he had to start over. And I was like, why don't you just shoot him? And my dad's like, no, it takes brain power. I'm like, all right.
I do fear because
now.
I know how I play games. When I'm playing Skyrim or Fallout, I'm not picking my armor based on stats and what's going to help me.
Yes.
I pick what looks slay. And so I fear I'm going to make teams and I'm like, oh my gosh, that one's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that droid. It's adorable. Oh my god, that guy looks so slay. And I'm going to make the team. And then I'm going to go in the mission and be like, none of you are good at what I need you to do because I just picked you off of vibes.
That's what I did in Final Fantasy because there was, I forget which one it was, but it might have been the third one. But I was playing, and then you can make all your characters like different classes, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have a dragoon because I love dragoons. And then Chris was like, well, technically you should the peak, the meta is to, and I was like, don't talk to me about that. What do you think I am? I'm not gonna go for what's supposed to be better. I like dragoons, I like white mages, and that's the end of the conversation. That's it.
It's like, yeah, sure, your team might win, but mine looks cooler, so who really won?
If I need them to switch, then sometimes I switch. Like sometimes I was like, oh frick, I do need a thief class to pick the lock. So I would just change them and then change them right back. So
It's about maximizing their joint slay. That's
yes.
what matters.
But Splatoon did the same thing. Splatoon, like, for the first game, you the stats for uglier clothes was always better. Like
I swear they do it on purpose.
I know, I hated it. And like as a kid, I was like, oh, but like this outfit looks cooler. So I would just use that and suffer.
It's, you know, it builds character to do the harder fight.
Yes.
To, you know, have to play the harder game
Mm-hmm.
to look cool. It's worth the sacrifice, in my opinion.
That's
why that's how I'm gonna run this game. It's gonna be like, oh cool, I want an all Twi'lek team, and I'm just gonna pick all the Twi'leks, and then it'll be like, hey, any of you know how to do
they
this?
have different classes, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna pick people based on what I should not be picking them.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like I'm sure different classes are going to be needed for different missions and such. So
yeah, but I'm just gonna be like, what would be funny?
Yeah,
Paul Astromix.
Of course.
So yeah, but I think it's really fun. I'm gonna like it. It's like a story mode, like, and that's what I'm most intrigued by, is like a Clone Wars story that has like none of the Clone Wars characters. Because I feel like every time, like, I've been reading my comics. I am one graphic novel and 3 comic issues away from being fully caught up in Star Wars comics, which is crazy because I was behind for like 10 years. So I've been reading my comics lately, and like whenever there's like even like a little anthology, like whenever there's like a Clone Wars story, it's always about like, oh, here's, you know, Anakin, or here's, you know, Captain Rex, or even if you go like a little, it's like, it'll be like, oh, here's Commander Wolf, or here's like Quinlan Voss, and it's like these characters that we like know. And so this game, it seems like based on everything we've seen, there's like none of those people. Like I'm sure someone will show up because it's Star Wars, and we always do this, but there's no like, and you can invite Ahsoka on your mission. Like there's none of that. And so I'm really excited to see like a Clone Wars story that's like, all those guys, you know, they're not here. It's just you. I'm excited for that.
That's how Rebels was for a while too. Just new people
for one season.
You know. Well, yeah, of course. But like, you know what I'm saying? It was all new people.
Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I feel like, I mean, Rebels was like, you know, first of its kind in the sense, like it was the first like, you know, post acquisition project. But I feel like with Clone Wars specifically, because Clone Wars the show is 7 seasons long, there's so many characters to just pull from that show. And they usually do, like,
always.
And so I'm really looking forward to like specifically a Clone Wars story that's like, get those people out of here. Because I feel like we don't get that a lot. Like we'll get a lot of like
here, guys.
Like we'll get like a lot of like you know, in like the Civil War time, or like in like sequels era, like we'll get a story that's like, here's a bunch of random people, you're gonna follow them. But I feel like Clone Wars like almost never gets that. So I'm excited for that. It'll be fun. Yippee! So yes, there's the story mode. What's the story about? Who knows? Not out yet. It's Clone Wars.
Yay!
The main player character is a person named Hawks, and you can customize them.
Hawks.
So I said you can customize species, race, and appearance. They're species race, species, gender, and appearance. For
What?
hawks, which is very
Oh,
cool.
just that guy?
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
But so you can customize hawks, which is fun. Love customizing character. My dad used to get really frustrated with me and Safi because we would want to play like Rock Band, and then we would spend like an hour or more just like picking out our hair and our outfits. My dad's like, I just want to play the game, the Rock Band. And Safi and I were like, hold on, we need to pick the right color for our pigtails. So I will be spending a long time doing that.
Speaking of, are you gonna get the Tomodachi Life too?
I don't know.
Oh, do you? You don't have a Switch too, do you?
I have a Switch Lite, but I think it will play on the first generation of Switch.
Ooh, okay.
My problem is because it looks really fun,
Like
really
$80.
cute. My problem is it's very expensive.
Yeah, Nintendo's crazy right now.
As tempting as it is to make all my little guys, my little characters, I do have The Sims already. And I know it's not the same, but like it can fulfill that urge.
That was the
And I
Sims
don't
for me.
Right. And so it's like, do I need to spend like $70 or whatever it is when I can play The Sims? And it's not the same, but it is. You know?
It is.
I'm sure it'll be a great game. Like the demo looked awesome.
I'm
Nothing against
debating
it.
because I love Tomodachi Life 1. I played the crap out of it. Like I 100%ed whatever I could, and then like everyone had babies. Everyone was pretty much married or not married. I like beat the crap out of that game. So I'm like, I want to, but I'm mad. I'm mad. Why is it so expensive?
I mean, I might get it like if it eventually. I mean, Nintendo doesn't really do this like Steam does, I guess. But like if it eventually is like on sale, then I might. But I don't know. I won't be getting on a release day. I don't think. I don't know if I want to drop that much money.
No, I probably won't.
Although I think what'll happen is I won't but get it, and then everyone will be playing and posting all the people they make and all the silly stuff, and then I'll get FOMO and get it. I think that's probably what will happen. But right now, I'm not planning on it. To answer your question.
Okay, I was just curious. Anyway.
Yes. If I at any point am pausing for a weird amount of time, it's because Star Wars recently sent me a 7-foot tall Zeb standee. And he's just like across from my bed. And so I keep just like he's like staring at me and I keep just like looking at him and just like drifting off. Because he's just staring at me. I don't know. It's very funny. I love him. Thank you, Star Wars, by the way, for sending me him. Thank you. They sent me like a cool little like rebel jacket and some rebel earrings. So I have to get my ears pierced. And a little Friends with Swagman bracelet, which I've been wearing like every day since I got it. And some other thing, like some like a keychain and stuff. It was very cute.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Swagman. I love you.
Get your ears pierced. Get them pierced.
I do have to get them pierced. I know. I need to get them pierced soon because then I can get Zeb earrings to wear to Mando and Grogu. But I know I have to like wait like weeks to swap the earrings. So I have to get it actually like this weekend.
Get it done.
You're peer pressuring me.
Yeah.
You're peer pressuring me to stab myself.
Yeah.
So
for Star Wars.
What am I doing this weekend?
For Star Wars.
I maybe could do it this weekend. Is that crazy?
No.
I'm scared. Okay.
Do it.
For Star Wars.
For Star Wars.
Yes. So thank you, Star Wars. Little tangent there. Zeb is still staring at me. Okay, so the Hawks, our main customizable characters. It means we're getting 2 Star Wars games this year with customizable characters, by the way. Because the pod racing game, Galactic Racer, will also have a customizable character.
Customizable things are very popular right now.
As customizable? Yeah. Well, I love Outlaws and Jedi, and like I love Cal and Kay as characters, and I'm glad we just like have those characters without like, you know, have like make. I think like they get to be a bit more of a character when it's like they exist as who they are and not me making them. But I do like playing with them as my little dress-up dolls, both Cal and Kay. And I'm excited to get to do that even more with the games that
Yay.
we're getting this year. I love customizing character, dude. If we ever get like a Skyrim style game that's Star Wars, I will lose my mind. Okay. So anyway, customize a character.
Are you gonna
There's
play
also-
Crimson Desert?
Have I what?
Are you gonna play Crimson Desert? I heard it's very Skyrim based. It's a new game that's very Skyrim / Red Dead Redemption that I've heard.
I think I've heard of this. We'll
There's
say maybe.
dragons.
We will say maybe. I still don't tell anyone. I still have to finish Baldur's Gate. I haven't actually finished a full campaign of Baldur's Gate because
I've never played the game, but
I keep like starting the game and I'll get a little bit in and then I won't I'll just won't have time or I'll get sucked into Overwatch and I'll not play for a bit and I'm like, I just want to start over with a fresh slate so I remember everything. The same thing happens. So
at least you're not my friend that. Oh, you met him. The one that was by himself. He
Matcha
gets
one.
like yes. He has over like 2,000 games in his Steam library. And I was like, "Oh, how many have you beaten?" He was like 2. And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Well, I'll start a game, but then my friends want to play Overwatch or they want to play Marathon or they want to play this, so then I just won't go back to it." And so like Silent Hill came out and I was like, "Oh, are you going to play it?" And he was like, "Yeah." Played it for 30 minutes. And then anytime he was like, "You want to play Overwatch?" I was like, "No, you should play Silent Hill." He's like, "Fine, I'm going to go play Deadlock." Oh my god.
That's funny. See, I'm not as bad as that. I haven't not played a lot of games, I will say, but generally the games I have played a lot. It's just like Baldur's Gate is so big it scares me. It's so big and it's really intimidating. But like I've let me tell you, I've logged some hours on Stardew Valley, on Skyrim, on Fallout 4.
When is that new one coming out? Chocolate Mansion something?
Oh, a haunted chocolatier. I think it might be in my calendar. Actually, Loki. Every time there's like a release date for something I want to play, just put it in my calendar. It's not in my calendar. I think maybe there's not a release date.
Maybe
I do want to play
maybe
that so
not.
bad.
But I want to play that, and then there's so many games. They should have like a Stardew Valley kind of Star Wars game.
Dude, I'm telling you, we need a Stardew Valley type game where we can have like a little farm with creatures and
You
stuff.
can marry someone.
And I want to grow Melu Run. Yes, we can marry someone. That's very important. And I want and I hate this term because I think it's annoying, but it's the only way I can think of to communicate to you the type of game I'm talking about.
Okay.
I want a Star Wars friend swap game.
Oh.
And I hate the term friend swap.
No, yeah.
It's really annoying.
A bad term, but
you
I
know
understand exactly what you're talking about. Oh, I don't even know how we could begin to make a game. Like,
see, I think it's easy. Your Jawas scavenging.
Okay.
That's one.
Like repo style,
It could be repo style, Jawa
or is it like
scavenging.
maybe like you're all Jawas and you have to steal and it's like sneak kind of mode?
Yeah, it could be that. There's a lot of different things. You could even do like a peak type of thing. You can climb stuff and just be like, hey, actually, this desert, Tatooine or whatever. Like, you know.
I see.
Someone get to working on that.
Someone hire me and Zoe to come up with ideas.
Yeah, we just come up with ideas and then you do all the work.
Yeah. We'll just be like, how about this? And you guys either say yes or no, and then we just keep going. Like
yeah. That's
in that room.
And then we get paid $1 million. I think that works. But yeah, those are the games I want. I want
Fortnite. We are in Fortnite.
Yes, I want Star Wars Dew Valley, and I want Star Wars Friend Swap. Those are the games I want really, really bad. But what I also want is this game, Zero Company, because I think it'll be really good. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, turn-based Zero Company. Haha. Well, I have like 12 bullet points, and we've done the first one.
Hell yeah!
Yay! Okay, you can customize.
Okay, go for it.
You can customize Hawks. There's also your home base. I could not find if anyone said you can customize the home base. I really hope you can. I want to decorate so bad. I know this game isn't The Sims, but like let me make it The Sims a little bit. So your home base is called the Den. So in the Den you can walk around. So it's like turn-based combat, but then like outside of combat it's like third person walking around as hawks. And so in your home base, you can walk around, talk to the different team members you have. Presumably there's like stuff for the story, like if you're following the storyline that will happen here. And then there's like a map holotable, and you can choose your missions and like where you go, what to do. And like you can hire people, stuff like that. So we have that home base area. And then there are hired mercenaries. So you can hire there's like characters who are like part of the story that will be on your team. But then you can also like hire. This is my impression based off of like these people's reviews because they didn't list things out. You can hire mercenaries that are like not like as much fully fleshed out characters maybe in the way that like other ones will be, but like kind of basic. So you can just like have the person you need.
I haven't seen Schedule 1 in so long.
Schedule what?
Schedule 1. Do you know that game?
Oh, I'm not. I do not.
It's it's a game where you're a drug dealer. Think of and not Animal Crossing. Like
it's Animal Crossing where you're a drug dealer.
So okay, basically I guess it's kind of like not really. I don't. So basically, you're a drug dealer, and you can like do it with a bunch of your friends, and you're all drug dealers. But like, you get caught in like kind of a turf war, so you leave, and you're in this new town, and you like unlock certain areas, and you can hire drug dealers, and you can grow your own drugs. You can make different types of drugs. You can do a bunch of different stuff, and you get paid, and then like the more you get paid, the more experience you have. You can have different types of drugs, and then you can like have a bunch of different apartments or like houses like to grow it, and then you hire people. It's great. It's really, really fun. And they just had a new update that I've been wanting to play. I don't know what part you said that you were like, oh, Nita. I don't remember what you were talking about that reminded me of Schedule 1, but it's a good game. It's a very good game. You can
hire mercenaries.
Yes, so okay, yeah, because you could hire like drug dealers, other drug dealers to deal the drugs for you.
I see.
It's a good game.
Okay. Yeah, well, maybe they deal in spice, but you can hire mercenaries who are not drug dealers in Star Wars Geek Company. And it seems like you can customize these mercenaries for your team, which is pretty cool. So here are the list of species that you can customize the mercenaries with. I assume this is also the same for Hawk's customization, but I couldn't find if anyone said that like explicitly. So I'm assuming that, but it might not be true. So the species that they have are human, Togruta. For those who don't know Star Wars alien species off the top of your head, Togruta is like Ahsoka or Shakti. Twi'leks, which are like Hera. Zabrak, so think like Darth Maul, or Suji, the bounty hunter from the Clone Wars. Mirialans, like Luminara or Barriss, or Sinara from Resistance. Deveronians, these are like the red horned guys, so like the big like guy in the team from the Prison Break episode of The Mandalorian. That guy. Weakways, like Hondo. Rhodian, like Greedo. Ovisian. Ovisians are a sequel trilogy alien. They're like the guys, like the big guys with the two horns. Like,
which one is the one that the Jedi is? There's a Jedi
in this game. She's not one of these species.
No, but what species?
She's a Tognath.
Tognath.
Okay. But the Ovisians are the guys with like the big horns at the side of your head. In the sequel trilogy, the guy that's like win the war in Rise of Skywalker. That's an Ovisian. And then also Nemoidians, which I think is pretty cool. Because this is a Clone Wars story, and our for our game, we're going to be on the side of the Republic. And whenever we see Nemoidians in Star Wars, they're almost always part of the Trade Federation.
Racist.
Well, yeah, it's just that, the classic fantasy thing of like that, Star Wars and everyone does, where it's like, okay, this person's an elf. That means they do archery and they do, politics or whatever. And the same thing where, in Phantom Menace, they had a bunch of Nemoidians that were in the Trade Federation, and then so like in pretty much everything, everyone's like, all right, Nemoidians must be in the
Evil.
Trade Federation. So it's cool to see, like, specifically in the Clone Wars as well, like having characters who are Nemoidian but not connected to the Trade Federation.
Mhm.
'Cause you don't see that a ton, really, ever. Like, specifically with, like, I feel like Star Wars has gotten better at the whole, like, just because, like, Greedo was a bounty hunter doesn't mean every Rhodian's a bounty hunter. Like, they generally are getting much, much better with that. But, like, Nemoidian specifically, like, we've had a couple here and there in, like, comics and stuff, but, like, for the most part, if you see Nemoidian, it's Trade Federation. So, I just think it's neat.
Yay.
Someone else. Yeah, so there's that. There's also, I don't know why I put these in this order. This is really annoying that I did that. I don't know why I did that. I'm going to move this. But we also know the classes that the characters can be. So there's 8 different regular classes for your characters. So there's Assault, Heavy, Sharpshooter, Scoundrel, Soldier, Gunslinger, Scout, and Medic, which I feel like are all pretty self-explanatory, I guess, like if you're familiar with video games especially, video games like this. The only thing that kind of intrigues me is that you have Soldier and Assault as separate classes. So I wonder, like, what the difference will be,
I know for Overwatch they have different sections for DPS now. So maybe it's just more
Yeah.
like,
But even in Overwatch, like, the sections are like Sharpshooter versus, like, I'm using these terms, like, it's like long range versus like flanking versus like this, where I'm like, what would the difference be between Assault and Soldier?
I wonder if that's the same as saying, like, in Final Fantasy, like, Monk and Ninja, where
Yeah.
they're both fighting classes, but technically probably Assault can do this, and Soldier, I don't know, 6, 7, I
Yeah.
guess. Soldier 76, I don't know.
Well, like, I'm sure, like, there is a difference. I'm just, like,
Mhm.
curious on, like, how they decide,
Yeah.
like, what that is. Because, like, I think, like, Battlefront, like, your standard Soldier class is called Assault,
Yes.
So it's like, what's different here? So I'm curious about that. The rest I feel like are pretty self-explanatory for, like, what kind of, even if we don't know their exact abilities, like, what kind of characters these are. So those are the regular classes, and then we have exotic classes. So these are limited to only, like, specific characters or types of characters. So we have astromech, obviously. That's astromech droids. So that's like, so it seems like the classes, like, for the customizable mercenaries, you can, like, customize maybe a little bit of, like, what class they might be, and obviously you can't, like, turn someone into an astromech because
Dang.
that's disturbing. That's that's some, like, dark droids, everyone turning purple or having purple eyes kind of thing. So there's that. There's a Jedi Padawan, which I cannot remember her name already, but it's limited to, like, there's the Tognath Jedi who we saw in the first previews for the game. She's, like, the only Jedi Padawan. Like, you can't turn someone else into Jedi Padawan. Same thing with a Mandalorian warrior that's specific for this one character who's part of the story. And then there's a secret class. We don't know what the secret class is. So that's fun. You get to know a little bit more about how the game will work. There will be various different types of missions. One example that I kind of thought was interesting was, like, hostage rescue, which I think is fun. Because like it's in a lot of games like this, it's like capture the objective, move the payload, pick up this parcel. So I think hostage rescue is like a fun mix up on that. Very very tactics forward gameplay. So obviously it's Clone Wars. We'll have separatist enemies, droids, stuff like that. And there's also, and I couldn't find much detail on this from any source I thought was reputable, which is we'll have these like dark side cult that we're dealing with
Ooh.
in the game, and I assume that's tied into like the story. And so we'll have like cultist enemies, which is pretty cool. So there's that.
Cult.
And then there's a bunch of different like levels, obviously, in the game, depending on like what mission, what planet you're on, blah blah blah. The levels specifically, it seems like for like the story missions, you will be able to like explore the map in like third person walking around outside of the turn-based combat, which is cool. Love exploring. And then the last thing I have here, which is in typical XCOM fashion, which I'm taking the word of other people on because I have not played XCOM. If you have a team member die, they are dead.
Oh.
Permanently.
What do you mean?
So, like, I mean, I assume there's, like, some characters that maybe it's, like, you can't let them die in the first mission because they're important to the story, I'm assuming. But, like, if you, like, have one of the side characters and you, like, recruit them and hire them, and you run a mission with them and they die on that mission because you did bad strategy or you did good strategy and decided to sacrifice them, they are dead. And that's it. You can't like resurrect them. So permadeath for your characters, which I think this will be very upsetting to me when I inevitably get really attached to a character and then am stupid and let them die on a mission. But I do think it's cool and adds some stakes to the game. Will I be save scumming to save people? Like going back a save? Probably.
I hope it doesn't let you.
Yeah, probably won't. But I will try. But I think that's cool. Add
Interesting. That's
some
scary.
stakes. Because, I got too comfortable with my Star Wars Outlaws where I accidentally run off a cliff and Kay's fine.
Of course.
She respawns. Kay Vess can actually just do that. Like in the lore, she dies and she just like comes back. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah. This one's real life.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Cal Kestis, he can actually come back to life. He can travel in time to not die.
And be a Lego.
And he can be a Lego. This is all true. But not in Zero Company.
I should have asked Dad if there was permadeath for the other game.
According to the internet, they said XCOM usually is permadeath. So they continued the tradition.
Good for them. Not good for whoever's going to play this. Well, maybe it is good. I don't know. I heard XCOM was a really good game. So maybe my dad like, I got this.
I think it's one of those things that will, maybe like the first time I lose a character, maybe it will make me like be better at the game, because then I can actually like, I'll actually have to like face consequences for my actions.
Stop staring at Zeb.
I'm sorry. He's looking at me.
Stop looking at his toes.
I'm not looking at his toes.
Cover those up.
Oh.
Cover them
up. The toes are fine. Zeb toes.
Huh. Well, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Very
so that's
different.
That's it. That's all my news for Star Wars Zero Company. I'm really excited. I'm curious about this story with the Clone Wars and a Sith cult or dark side cult and all these fun characters. I'm really excited. There's a clone trooper. This is back when it was announced the celebration, there's a clone trooper named Trick who has like cool like molten metal in part of his visor on his helmet. It looks really awesome. And I will try to make sure he does not die. I will try.
Well, I'm sure I'll get updates from you. Like, I just killed this one of my favorite.
Yeah.
And then my dad will text you, get good.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Or I may wonder if maybe it'll convince you to like keep playing the game. I wonder how long it is.
That's a good question. Don't know that.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's it. Star Wars Geek Company. New news. This is a short little episode. We will be watching Mando and Grogu on Monday.
Yay!
No.
Monday?
We will be watching Maul Shadow Lord.
I was like, wait a
Oh,
minute.
but sorry, Zeb was looking at me and I was like, yes, Mando and Grogu.
Yes. Mando.
But no, not yet. We will be watching Maul Shadow Lord, which will have Mandos in it. So
Rockcast.
yes.
Yippee.
So yeah, thank you so much for listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. Make sure you follow us at SW Geek Girl. And you can hit up our website, StarWarsGeekGirl.com. You can right now vote for which character you're most excited to see in The Mandalorian and Grogu. So cast your vote. I voted for Zeb.
Of course you did.
What are you not?
Mm.
Who are you most excited for in Mando and Grogu?
Probably Zeb.
Okay.
Oh.
I know what you are.
No. Anyway, so there's the Rogue Rebels where you can watch my dad on Lightsaber Academy. In Lightsaber Academy on Star Wars YouTube Kids. He's pretty cool. He's a Jedi and he teaches kids how to like be a Jedi. He's pretty cool. Then there's the RogueRebels.com, Instagram and TikTok at the Rogue Rebels, Twitch at Rogue Rebels, and you can listen to the Rogue Rebels wherever you're listening to Star Wars Geek Girl. Facebook page is the Rogue Rebels, and Blue Sky is at Rogue Rebels Fam.
Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you tune in with us for Maul Shadow Lord next week. I was Zoe.
I was Lizzy.
May the Force be with you, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.